guys, and welcome. It is Niran here, and today it's time for me to welcome you back to yet another episode of our Wigan Road to Glory here on FIFA 16 career mode. Of course, we are in the Barclays Premier League now, and we're all the way into November. We've done quite a lot of work in the last few episodes. If you haven't seen the last few episodes, then make sure to go and check them out. Making some signings recently, but also playing quite a few games. It's been alright start to the season as well. It's very close in the middle and the top of the table. So one bad episode really, and we could be way down in the midst of the mid-table. As you saw in the intro, you guys can join my Fantasy Football League now. A link to that will be in the description below, and some prizes can be won to those who do well in the league. Meanwhile, in the background, you can see that Dominic Iorfa reckons he's ready to play, having been out for 3 months. With an ankle injury, I think it was. I think did he break his ankle? Or did he do his shoulder or in something? He was out for 3 months, but now he reckons he is back and ready. I do not, though, however. So for this first game of the episode, away from home, no, at home, against Crystal Palace, Donovan Daniels continues at right back, and Joshua Gatt is also in to replace the newly injured Mikael Dooland. He got injured right at the end of last episode. Getting into things, though, and it's going to be us with the first chance of the game. Andre Gray trying to work some space, goes for the shot, but it's an easy save there for Alex McCarthy. Papa Soare was actually pressurising the English striker who came in from Burnley. The resulting corner, though, is going to be swung in from Oil-Chan. It's towards Andre Gray again. The goalkeeper comes out and doesn't get there, and it is 1-0 to Wigan Athletic in the first 10 minutes of this game. Oil-Chan will get the assist for the goal, but it's the goalkeeper who is the limiting factor really in that one, coming out to claim, not getting anywhere near it, much like Alban Lafont actually last episode. In that Man City game. So the favour, I suppose, is returned. Into the 25th minute, Bartosz Kapustka trying to work some space. He's found the American Joshua Gatt. And that was a very good effort from the speedy winger who's come in to replace Mikael Dooland, who's of course out injured, is the Dane. And a good effort there as well from Crystal Palace, but a decent save there from Alban Lafont, stretching to his left-hand side to deny Jordan Much. Into the second half, Bartosz Kapustka trying to play the ball forward. It's fallen to Naby Keita, and it's a great save from McCarthy, headed away by Joshua Innes, or Jordan Innes, I can't remember what his name is. We are still, though, going forward, dominating this game. Kemar Roof has been found, and he's hit the base of the post, and we're getting ever closer to this second goal to really kill off the game here into the last 20 minutes. Counter-attack being used here. Kemar Roof has been found by Andre Gray, and he has been brought down criminally. That will be a red card as well for Innes. And this now is a golden opportunity for us to extend our lead. Ryan Innes, that's what his name is. He is sent off. Andre Gray will step up to double his goal tally and double our lead. And we have surely won this game now. It is 2-0. Andre Gray stands and salutes the disappointed away fans after their team has now gone down 2-0. McCarthy rooted to the spot, and Andre Gray gets his second goal of the game. Kemar Roof looking for a goal as well as the ex-Oxford man. He's found Naby Keita, though, instead, who turns and goes for the shot. It's a very good finesse effort, but it just breezes past the far post. And in the end, we can't get that third goal, but we do win the game 2-0 at home against Crystal Palace. A very, very good result, keeping us in the European places at the moment. I think we're 5th after that result, so pretty good start to the season at the moment, but obviously we've got to keep up that form if we want to challenge for those sort of positions at the end of the season. Good ratings, though, for Keita, Oil-Chan, and both the strikers there, Kemar Roof and Andre Gray, who of course got 2 goals in that game. He has really found his scoring boots after signing from Burnley, looking like a very good transfer indeed. In the background, someone else who's looking like a very good transfer is Alban Lafont, who's gone up again in overall in training. He's gone from 77 to 78, gaining basically a whole overall there. I mean, he wasn't even close to going up before that training slot, and he's now at 78. Samet Schenkeveld, one of our more promising youth academy graduates, is also up to a pretty hefty overall. He's now at 70 at the age of 17 years of age. Regrettably, that means he won't grow on his physicals, but he's still a very, very solid centre-back. Nevertheless, it is now time for the second game of today's episode, and it's a simmed one away against Watford in the Barclays Premier League. At the end of the day, this is a team that's pretty decent. They're probably about as good as us on the game in terms of overall, so I would happily take a draw in this one, realistically, especially with Miguel Leun there at left-back. What a star he's turned into. But at the end of the first half, it is still 0-0. Obiulare has come on for Troy Deeney, and 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes there. Will Grigg actually coming off the bench and giving us the lead. That's his first BPL goal of the season, but Nordin Amrabat cancelling it out just 1 minute later. Into the last 10 minutes, an injury for Watford, but the game does end 1-1. I said I would take a draw for that one, and I am more than happy to take that draw. there. Watford, a pretty decent side on this game. We're away from home. It's a sim. It's very unpredictable. We're also without Mikel Doolan still. I think that game marked the return of Dominic Iorfa into the starting 11, but unfortunately he could not help us to the full 3 points. In the background, training still going on. Jamal Lascelles very close to 76, and Naby Keita also going up on some defensive stats, because if he's going to be an N'Golo Kante type player, he needs to be good at tackling. He's already got incredible interceptions, but we need to work on his tackling a little bit more. Going into the third game of today's episode now, the second played one, Will Grigg reckons he should be starting this game against Liverpool here, once again at the DW Stadium for this played game. I've decided to go along with that. Will Grigg obviously getting a goal against Watford. That's his first BPL goal. He's finally broken his duck. So he comes in for Kemar Roof, who played pretty well against Crystal Palace, obviously earned us a penalty. But apart from that, wasn't fantastic. Rico Henry also into the side, the youngster, and Philip Volden, one of our Youth Academy graduates, the 71 overall Swede. He is in for Naby Keita. Oyelchan, though, doing some good work there, winning the ball off Alberto Moreno, then outpacing him to get to the ball. But the save coming in from Simon Mignolet at the Belgians' near post to deny Oyelchan that goal in the 7th minute. Into the 11th minute, Alban Lafont in no man's land, and Sergi Canos, the young Spaniard, has somehow blazed the ball over the bar from close range, put under pressure maybe by Dominic Iorfa, but still no excuse really for missing that one. Now Liverpool going forward again, Jordan Ibe there, providing the ball on a plate for Nathaniel Klein, but he hits the crossbar. Liverpool getting very dangerously close to scoring. Will Grigg there with his first shot to the game in the 28th minute, and a good save from Simon Mignolet. Grigg, obviously, you know, he's 69 overall. He's not fantastic when it comes to BPL squads, or playing them, as I should say. But he's doing a pretty decent job in this game. On the edge of half-time, Andre Gray there with a shot. Now into the 76th minute, Kemar Roof is on here. He's found Andre Gray, but the deflection, the block there is from Jordan Henderson to divert it over the crossbar in the 77th minute. But we are pushing players forward. Kemar Roof has found Joshua Gatt in the box. It's the save from Mignolet, but it's going to fall to Andre Gray, who is there to give us the lead. In the 79th minute, he stands and salutes once again, and Andre Gray has got his goal to give us the lead, but we've got to make sure we hold on and defend against Liverpool. Sergi Canos finding Jordan Henderson, and Thiago Ilori, the Portuguese centre-back, finds himself in acres of space. Once again, the centre-backs leaving just far too much space in the 6-yard box, especially when Liverpool are throwing that many players forward. It was slightly my fault. I brought out Kano too high. For some reason, Jamal Lascelles decided not to cover for Kano, and Lafont is beaten at the far post. Gut-wrenching after we took the lead, but we're in more space here. Oyelchan is clean through. He goes for the shot, but it's simple enough for Mignolet, and that possibly would have been the winner just 2 minutes after Liverpool got onto level terms. An absolutely crazy end to that game, but it ends in a draw. Probably a fair result, realistically. Oyelchan gets man of the match. Philip Volden did well, the Youth Academy graduate from Sweden. He got a 7.4 rating. Good ratings as well for Rico Henry, Joshua Gatt, and of course our goal scorer in that one, Andre Gray, who's really hit some form at the moment, scoring a lot of goals. That's 3 goals now in his last 2 games. You obviously saw him score as well last episode when we beat Southampton, I do believe that game was. I can't remember. We beat someone, and he scored a very nice volley. But he's really got his shooting boots on. In the background there, some training but no growth. And now it is time for the final played game of today's episode, but the 4th of 5 games in total in this one. And it is away at the Sports Direct Stadium, St James's Park, to face Newcastle. Here in the background is the squad that is going to face Newcastle. It's basically the same as the squad that you saw in the first play game of today's episode, against Palace, apart from Dominic Iorfa is, of course, back into the side. But it would actually be Newcastle with the first chance of the game. Ivan Toney actually going fairly close, but in the end just high and wide. But that was actually it for the first half. Only the first half. But a very, very dismal game overall, this one. And Jonjo Shelvey with a shot going well over the bar, not troubling our French goalkeeper, Alban Lafont. Finally, we get our first chance of the game in the 59th minute. Tim Krul forcing the save, and Joshua Gatt, I think, was there on the rebound, but Newcastle somehow clearing the danger. Jonjo Shelvey here with a back pass to Tim Krul. He's powered it out to Haidara, who isn't able to control it. It's fallen to Andre Gray, but the save from Tim Krul to make up for the mistake in the 73rd minute, and we are really starting to get into this game. We've got a free kick from 38 yards out. Kano is known for being able to take them, and he's tested Tim Krul, not massively, but it is a save from the Dutchman nonetheless. We get a corner out of it, but nothing happens in the end. Into injury time. Wijnaldum there with the shot. Good save from Lafont. It's been won back by Jonjo Shelvey. Ihan battling to get it back. It's fallen to Keita. It's an awful clearance away, just completely up and under. Mitrovic wins it instead of Andre Gray. Obviously, Mitrovic very good in the air, and Newcastle still pressing. Jonjo Shelvey's found Jose Perez there at the angle. Can he score? Yes! Unfortunately, he can. And in this game that has just deserved no goals whatsoever, especially for Newcastle, and St James's Park is now rocking thanks to that last-minute goal. Arguably, we did play longer really than the 3 additional minutes, but it was a good goal from Jose Perez. Gut-wrenching for us because in a game that on the balance of play maybe we deserve to win, having had more chances, we leave empty-handed, and especially in that way, having lost it right at the death, that 93rd minute goal, or 93rd plus goal, from Jose Perez. Unfortunately, it just felt like the EA gods were against us in that game. There's nothing really you can do. But I just apologise for how dull and boring the game was, although probably EA should be apologising for that. Nevertheless, it is time to get back into training after that very disappointing result. We'll see how it's affected the table in a moment. Some more growth there in terms of attributes for both the Youth Academy graduates there, being Philip Volden and Samet Schenkebel. But it's now time for the final game of today's episode, and it's a simmed one at home against West Bromwich Albion. And our home form generally actually has been shocking, especially in Sims, and we're down again. This time it's Stefan Sessegnon who's given West Brom the lead in the 12th minute. And this is not looking good at all. It's definitely not now, because on the edge at half-time, James McLean has doubled West Brom's lead. And it doesn't look as if we can come back from this. I don't know what is wrong with our home form in Sims, in games. We lost to City at home as well. We did manage to beat Palace this episode at home. And I think we drew with Liverpool as well this episode at home. So I suppose that's not too bad. But the majority of our good results have come away, and that is a bad result there. A loss 2-0 against West Brom, who now leapfrog us in the table thanks to goal difference. We're all the way down in 10th now on 24 points. Probably a lot more realistic than where we were before. We were obviously, I think, like 4th or 5th before this episode. It is still obviously very close, though. We're only 4 points off the top 4 still, so it's still very much all to play for. Manchester United with a pretty shocking start. Clearly, they don't have Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Henrik Mkhitaryan and Paul Pogba in this save, but they're way down in 16th. But that is about it then for today's episode of the Wigan Athletic Road to Glory. If you have enjoyed, feel free to hit the likes button, subscribe if you're new around here as well, and comment about enjoying the video if you enjoyed it that much. I apologise there weren't any cutscenes in this one, but I didn't feel as if there was a storyline that would really improve the quality of this video particularly, although I'm sure I'll be able to find one for next episode, having seen how this episode has gone. But nevertheless, it has been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
No, that's not me. Act like a